Now going over to the business blunder of the day, you have Temu to scale back in the USA. Now, this was one of the most viral companies we've seen in quite a couple of years. It's a very famous app that did more advertising than you could possibly fathom. I mean, even who I buy clothes maybe once every 7 years, as a all of men should always suit up, and this is about 10 years old by now. Still works like a champ. Buttons up every day. But nevertheless, I'm definitely not their core target audience when it comes to fashion apparel and purchasing those types of things. And even I got some advertisements for the Temu app. I mean, they were everywhere, and they're raking in the dough, as the youth might say. But they're looking to actually decrease that and maybe even pivot where, again, the US is one of the top markets when it comes to fashion, apparel, and spending. Even in tough times, people seem to, and I don't mean to hurt my that eye roll, but even in tough times, people seem to keep spending money on things they don't need, like clothing. When, again, clothes will last for quite some time, and fashion is somewhat argue cyclical. So things that were not in fashion, 10 years ago, now again. So just kind of hold on to your clothes. You'll be hip every 10 years. But nevertheless, this is from Emma Thornton, and she says, "Where Temu to take a step back. After finding almost overnight success in the US, Temu is taking a step back to focus on other markets. Citing anonymous sources, Chinese parent company PDD is looking to limit risk, especially in light of TikTok's issues with the government, and has served as a wake-up call. Temu now expects less than 1/3 of its sales to come to the US versus about 60% in 2023. The bargain platform shopping debuted in the US in 2022, and with a year became one of the country's most downloaded apps." Which, again, when it comes to concern about regulation, I'm not sure how much of a concern that is for a fashion company. And again, maybe it's because the parent company is a little precarious, a little too diversified. They have their fingers in a lot of pies, so to say, that are having under scrutiny. So maybe. But at the end of the day, they invested so much capital in the United States market. And I mean, becoming a viral app is one of those difficult things. I mean, not only does it have to have advertising out the wazoo, I mean, you also have to provide a compelling reason to download the app. And I know, even anecdotally speaking, I have friends who swear by that Temu app, and they order more crap they can possibly wear in a year. But nevertheless, they buy a bunch of stuff from them. So it was a great fiscal success. And in terms of globally, the US is one of the best markets. I understand if you want to be a global brand, you also got to focus on other areas as well. But to start to decrease your investment after you knocked it out of the park, and there's no one really saying we need to. There's not even a hint of legislation in the US from Republicans or Democrats that they want to go after this specific entity or this specific app. And again, maybe ByteDance if someone connect. I don't see that being an issue yet. I just think, I mean, trying to decrease your investment in one of the most successful markets after you spent so much capital trying to get your foot in the door, and I mean, they got more than their foot in the door. They got the whole closet, or the whole closet of clothing, better metaphor that would be. That just seems, that's not a smart move. So Temu scaling back their participation in one of the most successful markets after a great campaign. Like I say, Temu, that is certainly the business blunder of the day. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in. Again, trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you could click that button, I'd greatly appreciate it. Also, leaving a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment is a great way you can give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.